So you want to move to San Antonio, Texas? You may want to think about hiring a realtor if you're going to do that.
So today we're going to discuss 6 interview questions that you need to ask any realtor you're considering hiring. I'll ask questions and Brian will give us the answers, and we're going to get started on that
right now.
If this is your first time in channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in and around San Antonio, then make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, and you'll be the first to receive notifications on changes on our market.
We are Brian and Brenda Jones, the proud owners of Lone Star Home Realty. We get calls from people just like you every day. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call and let us help you.
All of our information is in the box below. You can call us, text us, email us, or sign up for a Zoom. We would love to help you make a smooth move to San Antonio.
Let's go through these questions.
All right. Okay, Brian, question number 1. How many transactions did you have last year?
And this is a much better question than how long you've been a realtor, because how long you've had a license means nothing. How many transactions and what you've done with that license means everything. So if you've had one transaction and you sold it to your Aunt Sally 5 years ago and you still have your license for some reason, it really doesn't matter a whole lot. But you want a realtor that's going to be specializing in residential sales, if that's what you're looking for. Because you don't want somebody who specializes in property management to be being your residential realtor, because they don't do that a lot.
It's a totally different skill set. So you really need to drill down how many transactions have you had and are they all residential sales? Okay, question number 2. How will you market my home?
And almost everyone gets online, we call it, and looks at the photos of the homes online, we call it house porn. And guys, you're going to do it. We're not going to stop you.
It's very addictive.
It's very addictive, and people do it all the time. We understand it. But that can't be the end all of what a realtor does for you. They can't just put it on the MLS and propagate the photos and your listing to all the different websites. They got to do something more than that. So are they doing Facebook posts? Are they boosting those posts? Are they doing Instagram videos? Are they doing YouTube videos? Are they doing any kind of marketing outside of doing
just posting it on the MLS?
Putting it on the MLS and posting a sign in the front yard. Because if that's all they're doing, you need to move on.
Okay, moving to question number 3. Can you show me your referrals from your past clients and can I call them?
That should be an easy one, guys. If they've got referrals and they're real, they should be able to share that information with you and give you the phone numbers without going into, I give that to you, but
don't call them.
But don't call
Please
them
don't
because
call them.
I like to think about their privacy and those kind of things. So that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Let them make the decision for themselves. So if your realtor that you're interviewing gives you names and phone numbers, call them and ask questions. What was the transaction like? Was it a transaction from hell, or was it smooth? Yeah.
Communication. It's all about communication. So make sure that you are following up and asking the questions to make sure, one, that you can communicate with them and they reciprocate that communication back with you.
Hey guys, if this has been helpful at all so far, please comment below and subscribe to the channel, because we're going to do a lot more of these kind of videos. And if this is helpful for you, just comment below, let us know. If there's something else you want us to do a video on, we're more than happy to help you.
Okay, moving on to question number 4. And this is a huge one, huge pet peeve for Brian and I. Will you take your own photos of my property, or are you going to hire a professional photographer?
So guys, when you're online and you're looking at your house porn.
That sounds so bad calling it that.
I know, but it is. It's true. When you're online and you're checking out all these photos, and you come across a listing and you see the photos of the kitchen that has dishes in the sink, or you've got a picture of a bedroom that looks like a bomb went off. Or you look in the bathroom and you just, oh, I don't want to look at that anymore. Guys, you got to have a professional photographer. Now, I will stipulate there are some realtors that are also professional photographers, but that's very far and few between, guys. You want to have somebody who knows what they're doing, knows how to do it, and does it well.
And a good photographer is, like Brian was saying, you don't want to see all the mess in the house, which the realtor's job is to, one, prepare the home for sale before the photos are taken. But a good photographer is going to come in and they are going to see it from the photographer's eye, from what is it going to look like behind that camera's eye. And they're going to change things, and they're going to just tweak things around the house. I can't stand seeing photos of somebody when they come in, they just take their camera and they're like, click, click, click. You can see them in the mirror in the bathroom because they're taking a picture with their phone. You can just tell. And if you have a serious realtor, they're going to be willing to spend the extra money to hire a professional that's going to market your home the way it needs to be marketed.
So this is the public presentation of your property.
Yeah.
And you want it to have the best light possible. So having a realtor come in your house and take pictures with their iPhone or their Android and not asking you to do anything to the house is ridiculous and a waste of time, and it's going to cost you in the long run.
And not asking you to do anything to your house to prep it for sale should be like screaming warning number one.
You don't need to do anything.
Yeah, just put it on there.
We'll just list it and see what happens.
No, you need to remember that at that point you are it's no longer your home. And so you need to prep it and clean it and put stuff away and pick it up and take things off the walls, because you want the house to be prepared for the buyer when they walk in. You want them to see the house as theirs, not yours. So if an agent walks in and says, you don't need to do anything to this house, you need to run right away. Now it's going to take some work. It's going to take some work on your end to get the house prepped and get it to be ready for sale, but it's going to be worth every ounce of sweat you put into it is going to pay off in the long run. So back to photography, make sure they're using a professional photographer, because it's very, very, very obvious
Absolutely.
when you don't. Okay, number 5. How much are you going to charge me? What do I have to pay you to sell my house?
So if the agent you're interviewing is hemming and hawing about this question, all that crap, they should be able to give you a pretty clear, quick, concise answer. When people ask us that, we tell them 3%.
We charge 3%.
We charge 3%. And understand, the commission a realtor earns is negotiable.
Nothing set in stone.
Nothing set in stone. It's not. There's no standard or anything like that. We charge 3% of the sales price. If you want a serious professional negotiator on your side, then you want them to be able to tell you what they charge, and how they negotiate their commission is exactly how they're going to negotiate the sale of your home. So that's a biggie. So if they're saying, well, if you say, well, can you do it for less? If they can't come up with some reasons why they're worth 3%, then you need to find somebody else. Or if they just automatically say, well, would 2% be okay? That's how they're going to negotiate on your behalf
on the other side
on
of
the
the
other
deal.
side of the deal. When they have a buyer in here, that's not the way you want to sell your home. You want a top dollar? You need a top agent. You need a top professional that knows how to do this.
And they're going to negotiate, like he said, with you on the commission of what you're paying them, just like they're going to negotiate on the other side of
Right.
the deal when somebody's trying to nickel and dime on the sell. So you want somebody that's going to stand up and be solid and be confident and be willing and able to negotiate on their own behalf, because they're going to do the same thing for you. So that's really, really important. Okay, number 6.
The last question.
Last one. If I'm not satisfied with your services, can I terminate the listing agreement early without any penalty?
Again, if they hem and haw about this and say, well, it depends on this, and if this happens, then this will happen. No. If you're not happy with our service, we're gone. you just tell us, you're not happy with what the service you've been getting, the lack of whatever, and we're gone. We're not going to hold you to a listing agreement that you're not happy with. That's painful.
It's painful on your side and the realtor side. It's just stress. It is not worth it.
Why would we want to do that? But however, there are agents that will do that. There are agents out there that are just in it for the money, and we want you to be happy with your service that you receive from us. So that's our answer to the question. If you want out, you're out. We're out. And if you'd like, we even provide you referrals to other agents that might be able to help you.
And Brian, I know this isn't one of the 6 questions because we've gone through those, but also remember when you're discussing the price point to set your home for sale, you as the owner may want some high, let's just say $500,000 for this house. You need an agent that is going to really run the market, run the comps, find out what the true value and marketability of that house is. Because if you get an agent that's like, okay, whatever, we'll just list it for what you want, that's the price you want, we'll put it out there, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Because if that house is not priced right and that agent hasn't stood up to you enough to say, hey, this is how much it should be, this is what the value is, and this is what it's going to be good on the market, it's going to hurt because it's going to sit there and it's going to go stale and people are not going to want to see it because there's something wrong with the house. So you need an agent that is going to be, even though you may not like it, they're going to be upfront and honest with you and tell you the reality of it. So we see that a lot where people just want the listing and they'll do anything that the seller wants them to do just to get the listing. And that's not the way we do business at all. We are here to help you and help you sell that house as quickly as possible, depending on the market, as quickly as possible for the top dollar that is on the market.
So I can't tell you how many times we've sat down with a seller and they said, well, the neighbor across the street, 2 doors down, they sold their house for $450,000. We should be able to get $475,000 because we just got a new dishwasher. That's all beautiful and wonderful, except your house is much smaller than theirs, and you don't have a pool, and they have a larger lot than you do. So you're not going to get $475. I'm sorry, but there are metrics on it. We can show you the sold properties and let you know exactly what your neighbor down the street sold his house for. He may have told you he sold it for $450. It actually went for $425. So don't get sidelined by.
They very much can.
Finally, I wanted to talk to you guys about don't hire an agent. Please don't hire an agent. Never hire an agent. Hire a realtor. And the reason there's a difference between an agent and a realtor is a realtor has to abide by a code of ethics. The National Association of Realtors has a code of ethics that we subscribe to and we adhere to. And part of that code of ethics is being a fiduciary. And actually, agents have to be fiduciaries as well. I can't say that they all are, but if your agent can't spell fiduciary, FIDUCIARY, you need to find another agent or another realtor, because we need to put your interest above our own. And that's always, all the time, no matter what.
Yeah.
And if that's not going to be the case, then we're failing you. If a realtor is not acting as a fiduciary, you need to find one that does. And that's the bottom line of the difference between a realtor and an agent is just a licensee from the state. And the licensee from the state gets a license and it shows they're competent. Don't you want somebody who's above competence? Don't you want somebody who is going to fight for you and do what's best for you? That's what we do.
Absolutely. Okay, babe, anything else you want to
I think we have beat this horse to death now.
I think we have too.
And so I really appreciate you guys staying to the end and watching this video with us. And if you found it helpful at all, give us a comment down below. Leave us a like it, and do all the buttons and
Subscribe.
subscribing and all that fun stuff. And we're more happy to check out your comment and see if we can make that video for you.
All right. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.